What I would like to talk about today, because we're going into the new year, it's always good to dump the crap and go into a new year with a better attitude about stuff. And to do that, I made up my mind to stop obsessing, along with you guys out there, about certain things that always weigh us down in Philadelphia sports or in life. For example, I am going to stop obsessing about whether Jalen Hurts is good enough to be the quarterback for next year. We look back at Sunday's game. It's a typical Hurts performance. Looks horrendous, comes back, leaves everybody with the feeling that everything's okay. But I'm going to stop obsessing about that. I'm also going to stop obsessing about whether the Eagles are good enough to do anything in the playoffs, because it sure looks like they're going to get there. And to me, it looks like they're going to lose in the first round, although I'm going to now stop obsessing about that. See, I want to get all this stuff out so I can get into a clear mindset for the future. It's a good strategy. Now, today, my team, Tom Alford, is with us. First time I've been with Tom. And, of course, Jennifer Scordo is back with us. Hi, guys.
Hello.
All right, now,
What's going on?
Let me just continue here. To be fair, the Eagles have beaten horrendous quarterbacks. I have never seen the likes of the crap that they've had to face. But I'm not going to blame them for that. I'm going to look at the playoffs like, okay, they're going to get in. Maybe the league made it easier for them to get into the playoffs, but it works just as well. They play the teams in front of them. If they stink, that's the other team's fault. The Eagles are going to get a playoffs. They're going to get hammered in the first round by the second seed. I'm going to have to accept that and live with that, because at the end of the day, getting into the playoffs is better than not getting into the playoffs. And going back to that old conversation about they should have got a better draft pick. So, all right, let's just get that out. They're not good enough to do anything, and it doesn't matter. All right? So now let's get to the granddaddy of them all. I'm going to stop obsessing about the Sixers. I have come to the conclusion that the Sixers just do not have it. Even though they've won 2 of the last 3 games, I can't even conjure up in my brain some kind of rally with this particular roster that they're going to be able to do something in this NBA season. Which leads me to the next purge. That bastard who wears number 25. I'm going to get this out because that guy is going to go down as the worst scourge this city has ever seen for blowing up an entire season. I'm angry about it. I've got to get it out, and then I got to stop obsessing about it. That guy is the creepiest creep that ever set foot on the Philadelphia sports landscape for what he has done to this franchise. You see where they are now. We live and die with what they aren't. Who's the reason for that? That creep. He is enemy number 1, villain number 1 of all time in the history of Philadelphia sports. So there. All right? Purge.
So there.
Stop obsessing about it. There are plenty of other things I'm going to purge today, folks. So you probably want to get on board with this. But I would like you to purge so we can stop obsessing. Now, the things that I just obsessed about and tried to purge about, and we got to get full conversation to purge it, are you guys on board with it? Jen, I will start with you.
Am I on board with your purging?
Are you on board with the concept that we have to stop obsessing, but before we do that, we need to purge?
I love the attitude, Mike. I love it. I go into the new year fresh. I like it.
Okay.
Get it all out.
So let's start with
Shake it all
with
off.
the bullet points that I started with here.
All right.
The Hurts thing.
Yep.
Are we ready to stop obsessing with Hurts about what he isn't and just accept whatever's going to happen?
Well, as you know, I've been on the Hurts bandwagon
You are
for
a big
while.
Hurts bandwagon.
So I have nothing to purge with Jalen Hurts.
You have nothing to purge.
No. I'm excited about the playoffs. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So are you going to so you don't obsess about what his future is with this team?
No.
You don't care.
Not that I don't care.
You just want to get through the rest of the season is your attitude.
At today, right now, this moment, just make the playoffs.
All right. Tom Alford, who is producing today. Tom?
Yes, Mike.
Your thoughts on the Jalen Hurts situation. Are you ready to purge and give it up and stop obsessing as to where he fits in the overall picture?
Oh, yeah. I'm totally ready to purge, totally on board with you, Mike. Let's focus on the here and now. Let's be realists. Let's stop worrying and obsessing over things that we can't control. Focus on the here and now. We got a playoff run in front of us. Who cares what's happening next year, 2 years, 3 years, 15 years down the line? I'm done with it. I'm done obsessing here and now.
We have a playoff run. Did I hear you
Quote,
say
unquote.
in the future?
Ooh.
Maybe.
Did you just suggest something that I have not suggested?
I don't know what you're talking about. I think, last I looked at the standings, last I looked at the updated what could happen, the Eagles could potentially clinch a playoff spot, not in the last week of the season, but this week.
Well, we know they're probably going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You said run.
Well, run
That,
is
that
in a
indicates
run
that
to
they're
the
actually going to
playoffs.
do something in the playoffs.
More a run
A
to the
playoff
playoffs.
run is what you called it, Tom.
I did. Maybe I'm just getting excited. You got me excited with the purge and obsessing. That's what
okay,
it was.
all
But
right.
I'll go. How about a run? One game. Is a one-game win in the playoffs? Does that count as a run?
One game win?
In the playoffs, you get in,
You
you knock off
believe
a
that
top.
they can win the first game?
I think it's highly unlikely. I think crazier things have happened. I think last year, going into the playoffs, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers thought they had an easy game against the Washington football team.
Yeah.
And Taylor Heineke comes in and almost knocks them off. So, hey,
Okay.
anything can happen.
All right. Listen, they can't win a game, but I'm not going to obsess over it. All right. This is the way
Right.
I purge.
That's fair.
Right.
That's fair.
I'm not going to obsess over the fact they can't win a game because it's really clear to me that they're not what the second team and second seeded team's going to be. Right? I'd be a fool to say that they can win that game. They're going to be at least a 6-point underdog in that game.
Probably more. You're right.
All right. All right.
I've seen crazier things happen.
All right, so let's get to the granddaddy of them all because I really would like to get this out because I hate this man like I've hated no athlete in this city. And it's because he blew up an entire season. I am suffering every night with the Sixers and their lackluster play. And of course, we'll get into it because the coach was actually challenged on that by a certain reporter who spends a lot of time on this show. And we're going to get into that since I missed that whole thing. We'll get into that in a second. But because of all this stuff that goes on with the Sixers, and I watch them, and they just discourage me, and I go, they're not athletic enough, they're not this, they're not that. And it's because that bastard put me in that position of feeling this way every night when I watch the Sixers. And he's not getting off the hook today. I hate the man more than anybody I've ever hated who's ever played here. And I've hated a lot of people who have played here.
No, not you.
Yes. And so he goes at the top of the list, and I need to get this out because it's going to give me a heart attack. I would like to go into the new year without even thinking of that guy. But every time I watch the Sixers, I think of him.
It's hard not to. Right?
Yes.
Especially coming off the last season, number one seed, 50-plus wins going in, thinking we have a championship path right ahead of us, and it all bottoms out.
It is hard to not think about it, and it pains me. But I need to get it out because I can't think of another situation where one guy was allowed to blow up a team. Now, people go, well, T.O. Yeah, you know what? But football is 53 players. When one guy as important, because we all know you can't win the NBA. You got to have 2 star players and 1 near star to win. All right? That's just the way the NBA is anymore. So that guy caused the whole meltdown of what looked like a promising thing that the Sixers had going. And I don't want to hear Doc Rivers did this, Joel Embiid did this. That guy, if he looks himself in the mirror and sees a good guy, is really more dangerous than I ever thought. Because that guy just ripped up an entire city and couldn't care less about it.